Direct method to find mean. Now the next method we will learn, that the name of that method is called assumed mean method. Now when to use this method, assumed mean method? If the data that is given to you is slightly bigger, the frequency, the class marks, if they are slightly bigger, you can use this method. Okay. Assumed mean method, how do you get the value of mean? There is a formula, x bar is equals to a plus sum of fi di upon sum of fi. Now what are these terms over here? This x bar is nothing but mean. Okay. Coming to a is nothing but what? Assumed mean. We will assume a value as mean, that is called assumed mean. Now how to assume this mean, I'll tell you later. Fi stands for frequency and di stands for deviation. Okay. So we will understand all these terms when we start up a sum. Okay. Let us take one sum. And the question is like this. The measurements in mm of diameters of a head of screws are given below. Okay. And two rows are given. The first row is diameter in mm. These are the diameters of screw heads. And the second is number of screws. And that is also given to you. In short, they have given you classes and frequency. Okay. Calculate mean diameter of screw by assumed mean method. Okay, why we are using assumed mean method? Can you see the number of screws 10, 19, 23, the data is slightly bigger. So to make your calculation easy, these methods are there in your syllabus. Direct method is also simple. But when it is simple, when your numbers are small. But if your numbers are bigger, you can use this assumed mean method, or one more method is there. After this, we will learn that also. Okay. Now, assumed mean method also we'll have to prepare columns like direct method. Direct method had 4 columns if you remember. Assumed mean method, 1 column is more. That is 5 columns are there. The first column and the third column will be the same. Classes and frequency are given to you in the sum. Okay. The first column will be the classes. We'll copy one below the other, and the frequency fi that is also given to us. We'll copy one below the other. The second column, but before going to the second column, we'll find what is the class width. Class width h is nothing but the difference between two consecutive lower limits or two consecutive upper limits. And class width 36 minus 3, how much is the value we get? H as 3. Okay. Now coming to the second column, class mark, we'll find the class mark of the first class. First class 33 to 35. How will you find the class mark? Add the limits, divide by 2. 33 plus 35 upon 2. 33 plus 35, 68 upon 2, it will be 34. Okay. And we are not going to find like this for all of them. We know already the class width. Class width is 3. To add 3 to this, you will get the next one. Add 3 to the next, you get the third one, and so on. Come on, let us do that. So 34 plus the width. By adding h to xi, we get the next xi, as we know. Okay. So 34 plus 3 gives you 37. 37 plus 3 gives you 40. 40 plus 3 gives you 43. 43 plus 3 gives you 46. So this way we get all the class marks. Okay. Now coming to the next, fourth column, we calculate di. Di is nothing but xi minus a. Xi minus a. Okay. Di is equal to xi minus a. Now what is this a? We assume any one value from the xi column as a. A means assumed mean. We are assuming a value. Okay. So a means assumed mean. From the xi column, we will take any one value as a. Okay. Which value? Preferably the middle value, we will take it as a. Now in this, I'll take 40 as my a, assumed mean. According to me, the mean is 40. So 40 is my assumed mean. So 40, we will take it as a. So assumed mean is how much? 40. So di is xi minus a, means di is xi minus a. So a is 40, so di is what? Xi minus 40. Right? So the first one, what is the first xi? 34 minus 40. So first di will be 34, that is xi, minus 40. 34 minus 40, how much is that? Minus 6. Similarly, the next one, next di will be what? Xi minus a. What is the second xi? 37 minus 40. 37 minus 40, how much is it? Minus 3. You will go on getting it like this. Okay. But there is one more easy way to find this di. Now when to apply this easy way? I'll tell you that also. Can you see your question? The classes 33 to 35, 36 to 38. The class width is the same throughout. If you subtract any two consecutive lower limits or any two consecutive upper limits anywhere in this first row, you will always get 3, 3, 3, 3 only. when your class widths are same, you can apply this easy method. And what is that easy way to find di? The easy way to find di, by adding h to di, we get the next di. What is h for you in this sum? H is 3. By adding 3 to this minus 6, you will get the next one. Minus 6 plus 3. How much will be that? Minus 3. Minus 3 plus 3. How much will be that? 0. 0 plus 3. How much will be that? 3. 3 plus 3. How much will be that? 6. So all your di's are ready. When will you apply this easy way? Only when your class width is same throughout. If your class width is not same, if the widths are different for different classes, then you will have to calculate di individually using that di is equals to xi minus a. You will have to individually calculate. Otherwise, you can use this easy method. One more easy way I am giving it to you. Okay, and that one more easy way is, can you see this third row where your a is 40? Can you see that? Just opposite to that in di, it will be always 0. Okay, below 0, you go on adding 3, that is width, and above 0, you subtract the width. So below 0, what you will do? 0 plus 3, 3. 3 plus 3 give you 6. And above 0, what you will do? 0 plus 0 minus 3 gives you minus 3. And minus 3 minus 3 gives you minus 6. So below 0, add the width. Above 0, subtract the width. In this way also you can calculate di. But all this you will apply only when your class width is same. Otherwise you won't do this. You will literally calculate all of them using that di is equals to xi minus a when your class width is not same. These are easy ways that I told you. Okay. Now the fifth column will be fi into di. Fi into di. So let us multiply fi and di and write in the fifth column. So 10 into minus 6 gives you minus 60. 19 into minus 3 gives you minus 57. 23 into 0 gives you 23. 21 into 3 gives you 63. And 27 into 6 gives you 162. Now your column is fully done. But before getting into the formula, let us calculate the sum of fi. Sum of fi we get by adding all the fi's. So let us calculate that. How much is that? 100. Same way, in direct method we used to calculate fi xi, sum of fi xi. Here we will calculate sum of fi di. And if you add up all these fi di's, what you will get? Okay. How will you add? First we will add negative values. Negative values, if you add, you will get minus 117. Minus 60 minus 57 gives you minus 117. And then you will add these positive values, 63 and 162. If you add up these positive values, you will get 225. And this negative and positive, when you add the sum of fi di, we get it as 108. The table is completed. Now let us calculate mean using our assumed mean method formula. Mean x bar is nothing but a plus sum of fi di upon sum of fi. Okay, a value is 40 plus sum of fi di. Fi di is sum. How much we got it as? 108 upon sum of fi. Fi is how much? 100. So it will be 108 upon 100. The 108 upon 100 is 1.08. 40 plus 1.08 gives you 41.08. And then we will write the final answer. Mean is 41.08. Units will be the units of classes, that is mm. Okay.